Welcome to the Scientific Investor channel. Today we will be looking at some news updates about the digital assets like XRP, Litecoin, and Ether. First, we'll look at the charts, then we'll look at the news updates from different providers and Twitter posts. So, there are a lot of information today to share, mostly about Ripple, how the company is progressing, new partnerships, and other news is related to XRP, which fundamentally increases the use cases. So let's first dive into the chart of XRP. As we can see here, there's been a breach or a break for XRP through this triangle, and we were actually talking about the same setup in our previous video, which was dated on November 3rd. We were actually showing there was a potential support being created, and if there is a break from the triangle, it can retest that area and move higher. We actually stated this on November 3. Now at present the setup has been completed, like the break has been confirmed. Now hopefully the target will be somewhere around 0.31 to 32, because if we zoom a little bit out and look at it, there is a diamond pattern forming in. So if that breaks higher, our target will be somewhere around 0.4. But what we have to keep in mind is that we have overhead resistance here, which is around 0.36, 0.37. Now let's look at Litecoin. If we zoom out a bit and look at a little bit longer view, it is forming a trend like this, but recently it just break through here. So if we zoom in into 4-hour chart, we have a similar pattern that of XRP, and what we can see is we just break through that and we actually reached the target point for this particular pattern. But considering the longer time frame, we are still at the bottom for this correction, because consider from early 2018 LTC rallied from 22 to 148, and now the price is around 63. So I hope the correction is kind of over and it will be moving higher from here, because if you take a Fibonacci level to 60 or 32, the price has to move even more higher. Now the ether chart, when you look at, there is a longer time frame trend as well as the shorter time frame trend, and in the shorter time frame trend it's just broken there. So compared to LTC, the target is not yet achieved, so there is still room till 205, 210 in my opinion. Now that's all for the charts, and we'll just look at the news updates. This is also chart analysis from a different author. He's actually showing the analysis for BTC USD. It's showing a flag pattern there, but at a overhead resistance. If it actually managed to break through here, then the target would be around 11,500 to 12,000 for BTC. Then for Ether, he's showing a rounded bottom there. If from this trend line area, if it moves higher, he's showing there is no overhead support. It can reach around 210, 205, 210 into that area. Now the favorite coin XRP is also showing the consistent movement up here with volume. So if it moves further high, then this area will turn into a support, and then a bounce from there. Next news is actually from the XRP Daily, which is from Alex Cobb. This is a news that is showing Ripple is announcing a new office in Singapore. Now we all know that Swell is going to happen in tomorrow, like starting from tomorrow to 8th. So hopefully there is a lot of announcement coming from Singapore during that time, because there will be some reason they are setting up their new offices in Singapore. Recently they did the same in Washington. So we hope there's a lot of good news coming in. This is a different author who shows that the chart which we just analyzed for XRP is actually showing a bullish divergence. So it could actually imply a rally ahead, because consider other coins from January 2019 till time, it has moved a lot. See, he's comparing BTC, ETH, LTC, XRP. So this should actually incline that the XRP still ended up in red. So when you guys buy something, we buy when price is low, right? So that is a potential chance. As per my view, I support this order. This is another article which shows that despite all the good news, there is rejections at this upper resistance line. Mhm. As this article is on November 5th, that's yesterday, but we actually managed to break through this overhead resistance, and now we are around point 0.3. So if we look at coin paprika, today's price is above point 0.3. So this particular rejection is actually completed. Like we went through that, we managed to overcome the bear there. This is another news from Xspring. That's an initiative of Ripple. They have actually invested in Flare networks. This actually increases the use case for XRP because this is enabling smart contracts. Previously, ETH or Ethereum was actually known for its smart contracts capability. And at that time, XRP, the company Ripple, was trying on a smart contract code years, and it didn't actually went that hyped because Ethereum took over in that particular arena. But now, as the other states, a digital asset designed for payments, that's XRP, sells quickly and cheaper for use in transactions than other digital assets today. And yes, that is true compared to all other assets. XRP settles in seconds with a minute cost. So no other digital asset can actually compete with XRP in this particular arena. That's payments. Now this is an XRP news update from Twitter, which is from XRP Research Center, showing Santander in £350 million deal for a stake in UK Seabury. So yeah, they are actually acquiring more. We all know that Santander is a partner of Ripple, and they're using softwares which is run on Ripple, which consistently is saving their cost and increasing their customer base. Now they are looking to extend into Latin America and Asia. This is from King Solomon at XRP underscore all. Now the company DTCC names a new CIO. Like the companies are actually growing, they are recruiting more members to their team. So the fundamentals, considering the reputable people working in this industry, is more. There is a future, and sometime soon we'll see a lot of use cases being validated and being used even by the retail users. Just see the on-demand liquidity here, which is just past 2 million. I think I pronounced that correctly. Yeah, in past 24 hours. So the use cases is more. That's XRP and Mexican peso. That's fairly close, huh? We're moving really high in that particular corridor. Now this one is uh, better news. XRP is spendable in stores, accepting Apple or Google Pay. Then courtesy the block card. They allowing block a card so that you can spend your XRP in stores. Say, just for example, the CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, used to state that if you're going to buy a coffee with Bitcoin, you have to wait for the transaction to be complete for 10 to 30 minutes or 40 minutes, depending upon the time. If there is a lot of network traffic, it will delay more, and your coffee will be cold. So you need something to spend, and the payment will settle quickly so that you don't have to wait to start sipping your coffee. So in that particular aspect, if XRP is being allowed to spend as a payment in stores, that would be perfect. You can even buy your coffee with that. Now this one is more concerning to the economy. See, Jack the Rippler is pointing out that this time it's going to be harder than '08, because during 2008 there was the great financial recession, we call it. So if it is something more than that, it will actually crash most of the economy, because most of them are currently in trouble. Look at Turkey, look at Argentina, look at Venezuela. The inflation is actually flying over. Their currency is just paper now, so they need something which is of value. Now, continuation to that, like there's a I don't know whether this is just pure speculation, but Germany's Deutsche Bank has reportedly filed bankruptcy. As we know that Deutsche Bank is one of the biggest bank with ties all over the world, and if they go bankrupt, it will definitely be like Jack the Ripper told. It's gonna be worse than 2008 because Deutsche Bank is too big to fail, and if they file a bankruptcy, it will affect everyone, most of the banks. This is his opinion from Stephen Bull from Deep at Deep Sam. When XRP hits $50 in the next few years, I will still be buying more. So he is expecting the price to go much, much, much higher. There's a lot of Twitter updates in a similar way. I will actually link all these in the description so you guys can actually go through that because there is a lot depending upon other governments coming up with digital currencies like US is actually looking on that, Turkey is looking on that. So I hope you guys can find these in the description, and if you guys want to go in depth, you can. So again, if you like the content I'm providing, please like to the channel and subscribe, that supports the channel. So I'll meet you on the next video. Bye for now.